It's time for the stupidest name ever. It's the Tittle Tattle with Kickoff Kevin.
Do you think LSU fans are upset with Brian Kelly already after 2 losses?
I think they thought they were going to win the national championship, but I think they thought that every year. Period in the history of the world. I mean, they ran off Ed Ogeron after he won a championship. No, it's too early. I think if they lose a third game, they start to get irritated more. This is his second year. If they go to a big bowl game, that's a win. Would it have been extra sugar on top, sprinkles if they go to the playoff? Yes. Finish top 10, that's a win for LSU this year. If you were to win the championship, that's awesome. Maybe next year your expectations are a little higher. But this is only the second year. It's only second. But LSU fans have unrealistic expectations because they've been allowed to have them. Alabama fans have unrealistic expectations because they've been allowed to have them. They've been conditioned to go, we win all the time. So you just feel like you're supposed to win all the time, even though you're not supposed to win all the time, even if you win all the time. So I get it. And LSU's going to play Missouri. They'll whoop Missouri. I know Missouri's undefeated. Missouri hasn't played anybody. I mean, they beat Kansas State on that field goal at the end. That's the only game really that I feel like they've played that was halfway decent. Auburn, I mean, Auburn's fine. They played Georgia, but then they haven't really beat anybody. But they didn't beat Georgia, but they did play them good. Do you get moral credit for that? And then they're going to play Army. They'll run them out. Mm-hmm. But the SEC's weird, man. If they were to lose one of the 2 games, I'm not even saying they should win both of those games. But if they were to lose one of the 2, I wouldn't be that surprised. But I'm going to say LSU fans, chill out. You lose 2 games the whole year. That's a really good year.
Hey, explain the bowl goal for me. So if you don't go to the national championship, your goal is to just make a bowl game?
Not a bowl game, because anybody that's 500 or better, or sometimes worse if there aren't enough teams,
right,
makes a bowl. But there are New Year's Day bowls and beyond. And that's kind of the big bowls.
Got it. Not the Bahama Bowl?
No. You don't want to play December 23rd.
The Mayo Bowl?
That's what I'm thinking.
You want to play New Year's Day or beyond.
Got it.
And some of those more prestigious bowls. So, yeah.
Because I've heard coaches say that, and I'm like, but coach, there are a lot of bowls. The toilet flush bowl.
Well, they're not saying any. Yeah.
Okay.
I hear you. But even we talked to Sam Pittman, who's the Arkansas coach, which we'll play a little later on. He was like, Florida Bowl is our goal. That's the goal. And that's a New Year's bowl.
Yeah.
It's not the national championship bowl. But he said, I think his answer was, it's not a successful season unless we're in that. That wasn't the goal, but it's like, that's where we should be.
Got it.
So, yeah, it's a tier there of bowls. All right, next question.
All right, what do you think is going to happen first? The Kelce and T. Swift breakup or an NFL coach gets fired?
Maybe the greatest question in the history of 25 whistles.
Yeah, I agree.
So let's talk about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. I feel like if they just stop dating right now, they both look pretty dumb because they're both kind of allowing it all to happen.
They're both not dating.
But they're both in on whatever this is. If they are, or even if it's straight, they're both in on it.
They're on the script.
And they're talking about it, and she's showing up to games. So I feel like if they just came out in a week and said, we're not dating anymore, that'd be a bit quick. Even if they weren't dating anymore. You still give it some time to simmer down. So I'm going to say, man, Eberflus or McDaniels, both could go any moment. The Bears losing that game was wild. Justin Fields finally plays the game of his life, got like 280 yards at the half, and they lose. So how crazy would it be if the Bears got the first and second picks next year, and they got Caleb Williams, and Lincoln Riley comes and coaches the Bears?
Oh, wow.
Marvin Harrison.
All that could happen. Yeah, I mean, obviously they picked Harrison too.
Yeah.
But
that'd be crazy.
I'm going to go Eberflus and McDaniels. I don't know if the stupid Chargers almost blew that game. He won, so you win. You win a game in the NFL, good for you. You don't really look, but he's just done so many dumb things. But I'm going to go Eberflus or McDaniels probably gets fired before they break up.
Really?
I think so. I mean, it's just fun for me to say.
No, I see what you're saying now. After thinking about it, there's too much money involved in the Kelce Taylor thing. So, yeah, I'd say that lasts longer than the coaches.
I just think that lasts another 3 to 4 weeks, and I don't think both the coaches last 3 to 4 weeks.
I mean, the NFL paid how much money for the Travis Kelce Taylor Swift thing?
I don't know if they paid anything.
They made a lot.
Yes. All right, what else?
All right, which rookie QB performance has surprised you more? The success of C.J. Stroud and Anthony Richardson or struggles of Bryce Young?
Bryce Young was going to struggle. He doesn't have an offensive line. He has no weapons.
And he's little.
Bryce Young doesn't have a number one receiver. He doesn't have a number one receiver. He doesn't have any to protect him. So I'm not that surprised. It is not a good team. That should happen. The only reason it's amplified is because CJ Stroud's killing it. He's playing on a Houston team.
Yeah, what are they doing?
They do have a running back. Damian Pierce is really good. Their offensive line's pretty okay. It's definitely better than the Panthers' offensive line. Anthony Richardson's just dynamic as crap. It's not even they've won a bunch of games. What are the Colts?
2-2.
So, it's not.
And he missed 1.5 games basically.
What are the Texans?
2-2.
Crazy. The Texans are 2-2.
Unbelievable.
I'm still going to say the success of C.J. Stroud to me is the most surprising, just because I believed every supposed expert that was like, he's an Ohio State pocket quarterback. He looks awesome. And when I really don't know, I just listen to people that I trust. And all the people that I trust told me C.J. Stroud was going to be a bum and that Bryce Young was. I still believe in Bryce Young. I do. And I don't think the height thing's much of a factor. We have other quarterbacks that were named Russell.
Named Drew.
So
I get that, but you got to have a good O-line, or else that's not going to work.
Yeah, it all dies.
Yeah, they're not very good.
So I'm going to go C.J. Stroud. To me, is the most surprising of all of it.
Okay. Last one here at 1-3, and the offense really struggling. Do you think the Bengals regret bringing back Joe Burrow to start the season?
Probably now. I think if you're able to go back and do hindsight, maybe you let him get fully healthy because he probably wasn't 100%. He's probably healthy enough that you want to start him if it's a playoff game or a game that really mattered. But I think now because, it's been bad for the Bengals. And it's not like he's gotten any better because he's been playing. You get your time during the week, but then it's right back. You're vulnerable again. So probably if you're going to lose games, which they have, you'd rather lose them with your quarterback getting healthier than having him play. So hindsight, yes. But I'm not going to hate him. I'd have started him too.
I hear a lot of announcers saying like, "Oh, the calf injury is one thing, but there's got to be something else going on." Like, what could possibly be going on more than that? Like, personally, what are they insinuating?
Well, he got engaged, right?
I think
Or that was the big rumor too.
The rumor. It's still like a rumor.
And also, but the thing he signed a contract for all the money. So there's a lot.
Okay.
I don't know what they're insinuating.
Just feel like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't think that's. Everyone's like, you get paid, all of a sudden you don't want to play. That's not Burrow.
That too, right?
No.
Burrow's got eye of the tiger. He's hurt.
Yeah.
The Bengals, I think, will be fine. They'll end up going to the Bahama Bowl, Eddie. Like
Yeah.
being
And I'll
500,
watch it.
and you'll watch it.
And I'll bet on it.
You'll be like, let's go.
Yep.
All right, that's Tittle Tattle.